From VTV Channel 6 studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Strata Networks. I'm your host, Chris Piner. Joining me in the studio today, we have Mara Thomas and Caden Goodrich to talk about the Uintah band trip to Hawaii. How long are you going to keep this tan, you two? Right? Walking around with that Hawaiian glow. You just got back from Hawaii. Well, not just back, but probably more recently than the rest of us have been to Hawaii. Mara, what'd you do there?
Well, we learned a lot about the Polynesian culture. While we were there, we toured the island of Oahu, and we learned a little bit about what they do, like in their everyday lives and stuff.
How cool is that? Now,
Yeah.
did they have the Polynesian Cultural Center there? Did you get to visit?
Yeah, we were able to watch a show put on by the BYU students.
Did you learn a little dancing? You're dressed for it, Mara. You got it today. Did you learn a little hula?
We did learn a little
I
bit.
knew it. I knew it. All right, off camera another time. You'll have to demonstrate or teach me a little bit. Could you? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Caden, what else did you do there? We'll talk a little bit about why.
On the 7th of December, we performed in the parade for the Pearl Harbor Memorial. And
On Pearl Harbor Day.
yeah,
There.
It was exciting, and we got to play with the Marine Band for the opening ceremony, and
Wow.
it was fun. It was
Wow. Now, for something, was this the drive of the trip? Was it to be in the parade?
I think that was part of it, but I think that it was just something fun to do for
Right.
a
But
reward
the
for our,
ultimate thing was
Yeah.
we're going to be in the.
yeah, that
Wow,
was
how cool
that
is
was
that?
a rewarding thing to be.
Did
in
you
the parade.
also get to visit the Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
And the memorials that are there?
The day before on the 6th, we went to the memorial for the Arizona, and we went to the Missouri, and we went to those were
you
the
go on
two.
the Missouri?
Yeah, they let us go on the
Wow.
battleship.
Right.
Yeah.
Now tell us. Now we'll test your history here. What is so significant about the Missouri?
It was gosh, I can't remember anything about it.
Now there
It
was something very important signed there,
Yeah.
right?
It
You
was
remember?
the Treaty of Paris, wasn't it?
It was a treaty that ended, made the peace, right,
Yeah,
with Japan. That's right, very significant. There's some beautiful historic photos right there on the deck of the Missouri, and you got to be there.
Yeah.
And don't they have as I recall, a submarine there too? Did you get to see that at all? Maybe not. Maybe that moves around. Maybe it was underwater at the time. I don't know. So, did you do anything else there in Pearl Harbor?
We also got to play the day before at the memorial. Before the memorial parade on the 6th, we got to play for an audience, and we met a veteran of Pearl Harbor that he was at Pearl Harbor when it was bombed.
And I hear about this. The veterans often gather there, back to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
And so you met with him.
Yeah, when he came and talked to us, and he like he was a director of a band in the so
At that time.
and he was a bugle player for one of the boats. I can't remember which one, but it was
Wow, what was that like to speak to someone who experienced that?
it was fascinating. It was.
I'll bet you
Yes.
never forget that the rest of your life, right?
I will never forget any of the experiences we had there. And
Did he share stories with you, his
Yes.
experience?
he,
Well, tell me what he said, Mara. Did he say anything especially poignant?
He talked about how just confusing it was. Like, he was going to go to get back on the ship because he had been on the island, and everything was just like exploding, and there was fire, and
He described it firsthand. How is that to hear history from somebody who lived it? Did it make you kind of want to study a little bit more about that attack?
yeah.
It does. It brings it to life, doesn't it? Do you by chance remember this gentleman's name?
No.
It was the stories that stuck with you,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you must have been elderly, right? I mean, they're getting
Yeah.
up there in age now.
He
Our
was
veterans.
80-something years
80-something
old.
years
so-
old. Wow, what a great thing you guys got to do. Something you'll never forget. And I definitely want to talk a little bit more because you guys had there was quite the fundraising effort here, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so you got to do a lot about that, and I'm going to visit with a couple other people in the second half. I'll maybe ask them a little bit about that. But you came home then on the, what day?
The 11th we left, and we
So
got back on the 12th.
You were there for a long time.
Yeah.
You got an extended visit to Hawaii.
We left on the 4th and we were back to
Left-
school on the 11th.
Okay, left here on the 4th, right.
Yes.
You meant you left
Yeah, we
Hawaii.
left
on the-
Hawaii.
Yeah, all right, I
Yeah.
got you. And look at this. What did you bring back? Did you bring back something like this? You didn't have the flour and the
I got
stuff?
a couple mugs and.
What about the shark tooth
Yeah,
here?
I
You
got this at the Polynesian Culture Center, and
Oh, you did.
I got stuff from Pearl Harbor.
I'll bet everybody did, right? Enjoyed the thing,
Yeah.
came back with, what a great experience, you two. I'm glad you came by and shared your experience with us. Right? And we'll be right back to hear more from members of Uintah High's band after this message from our sponsor, Strata Networks.
Strata Networks is proud to bring the first true 4G LTE network to the Uintah Basin. 4G LTE is the most powerful mobile broadband available anywhere in the world. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, you can stay connected like never before. Video chat without delay, stream HD TV or movies in an instant, and download or upload in seconds. For details, visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal or call 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
Welcome back to Local Point. Joining me is Brian Gibson and Tara Watkins. So welcome, you two.
Thank
now,
you.
we just visited here in the first segment with two other members of the band. You were in our vast studio audience, listening in. And let's just start right out. You wanted to make a few corrections right to the first section. You were dying to, the school teacher, and you.
I'm not sure if
what
I
did
can
we-
make that
What
many
did we get wrong
corrections.
in the first piece, Brian?
We left on they got the 4th of December, right? We did leave on the 4th. We actually left Hawaii on the 9th and got back on the 10th. We were back in school on the 11th.
They were pretty close.
But they were close,
pretty
yeah,
close
yeah.
on that.
They get the right idea.
But jet lag.
Yeah.
We'll blame it on
There
that.
you go.
But we also talked a little bit about a gentleman that you all got to meet at, was it at the parade or just before?
No,
just
it was,
after
it was
the
actually
parade?
at the memorial after we played. The
On
band
the
got the
6th.
opportunity to play on the 6th
Right.
at the memorial there with the Arizona and the Missouri in the background.
I wish we knew this gentleman's name.
His name is Alan.
His name
I
is
don't
Alan.
I don't remember his last name. I don't know if he told me his last name.
Wouldn't
but
it be
his name's
great
Alan.
to know, and maybe someone who's in our audience would know, would you have a veteran, a living veteran named Alan? They got to meet him and hear his stories.
I'll send an email and find out for you.
All right, well, maybe we can post it somewhere for you. But what a great thing! And you came back. Look at you, all decked out. And,
This is my new thing.
Cuckoo
Hawaiian
nuts
shirts from
and-
now on.
good. You bought a wardrobe of them. Then.
5, yep.
Yep. All right, that'll do. 5 is enough to wash.
yeah.
Every
There you go.
rewash on the weekend, and you're good to go. And look, all of you came with some little bits and pieces. I can see the lovely earrings. You had a good experience, did you?
It was amazing. It's just like the entire trip was so amazing to be there.
How many people went on this trip?
38.
There were 38 of you.
Yep, 38.
Now, is that students and chaperones?
31 students and 7 adults.
7 adults. You and your wife and 5 other lucky parents, I'll bet.
We had 3 parents, and then our former color guard instructor who moved away on us, and her husband came back to go with us.
Oh, very good. Now, something like this isn't free. We hinted at the fundraising that came along. Tell me a little bit. What'd you do to raise money? You had to raise money, right?
Yeah, we raised a lot. We did multiple fundraisers. One of them we did the world's finest chocolate. That's one of them that we did.
What does that mean? You did the world's finest chocolate?
They
How does that raise money?
it's an all profit, and so you get the candy bars from them, and then you just sell them for a dollar each, and
Oh.
so then you get all the profits from it.
You got to sell the world's finest chocolate.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I think I bought it all.
Congratulations. It was the world's finest. So that was a big fundraiser, and you made a good chunk of money off that. What else was done, Mr. Gibson?
Oh, what did we do? We did so much I lost track. We actually helped park cars for the country explosion this year. Got a big chunk of money out of that. Parked cars for the pumpkin festival.
Right. Were there just people who said, hey, let me write you a check, we want to help you guys go to Hawaii?
I actually really tried hard to avoid going out and saying, please donate so these kids can go. But the gentleman from KSL called me, I don't know, a couple weeks before we left and said he wanted to do a story. And we had, within a week, we had about $5,000 in donations just from that news article.
People wanted you to go and have that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The largest portion of our fundraising, though, was our new equipment trailer. We sold ads for the side of it that will be there forever.
Yeah.
They're permanent ads, and they'll travel the state with us as we go to competitions.
Oh, that's fantastic. Any other plans in the future to do something of this scale, or is it too soon to ask?
Oh man, I tell you, I'm not sure I want to do it again. I want to do the trip again. I don't want to do all the preparation.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, and it took a long time, right? Wasn't just a few months in the works.
It was not quite a year, but
almost.
It felt like 5.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, what a great way to end a lot of work. A big drive and a lot of work in Hawaii, and doing something as wonderful, as significant as what you got to do, to celebrate and commemorate World War II veterans, especially of Pearl Harbor.
The thing that I felt as a teacher, giving my students this opportunity, is they not only got the opportunity to go and witness history and see where all this happened and meet Alan and some other people that were involved, but they got to learn a little bit about a place that most of us will never get to go to again. The people that we met, they were wonderful. We had a guide that was with us the whole step of the way, just wonderful human being. His name was Robert, and we wanted to pack him in a suitcase and bring him home with us.
He
just
was
a
that
great
good,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. So I'll bet you had a lot of. Did you meet other people while you were there?
We met a lot of people.
Other friends? This is what I was
Yeah.
kind of getting to with Robert. I'll bet you made Facebook friends and email exchanges, and that's
Yeah.
always a big part of things like this, isn't it?
There were a lot of people, like, their personalities are so amazing because they're just kind to everybody, and they are quite laid back people, but like
Right.
a lot of them are very soft spoken, and so like it's just fun to be with them because they're all so genuine and kind.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, very good. That's a great thing to come home with. So might we see any little tribute to Hawaii in a future concert? A little flavor of the
I've
islands?
thought about it. I just haven't figured out how
Mara
to
can
it
do the
yet.
hula, she
There
said.
you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. Well, something to look forward to. It's great to have you guys here. Congratulations
Thanks.
on the effort, and something that will shape your lives forever. It's all about creating memories. That's what I've always said. We thank you for coming. And we thank you for watching today's show. That's all for now. Please join us next time right here on VTV Channel 6.